Hello, everybody, and welcome to another session of Hold, Flip, or Dump. My name is Alex.
My name is Robin.
Yeah, we're getting better every week. And yep, this week, Robin's going to choose 3 tokens. I'll go through some of this analysis, and then Robin will chip in. And by the end of this conversation, we'll decide which token to hold, which one to flip, and which one to dump. So let's get on with it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Great. So how are you going to choose these tokens, or have you chosen them already?
I'm going to use a technique that I stole from you last week, which is to find them on CoinMarketCap.
Oh, brilliant.
So let me just reposition some of this. Okay. Actually, I'll put this on this side. That makes more sense. Okay, things are slightly different this week because we are streaming on Twitch for the first time. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. But if you notice any weirdness on the stream, I am going to fix it next week. So let's find some tokens. Let's go to the cryptocurrency ranking on CoinMarketCap, and we are going to filter on... let's see. How did you filter on market cap last time?
You're almost there. So on the right hand side, you've got show rows and then filters.
Yeah.
And then add filter if you want to change the market cap range. Okay.
I'm gonna maybe try volume this week. So let's see if we can go 100 million to 1 billion. What's the results there? We're gonna get some
big volume.
That's a big volume. Maybe we should go lower than that. Let's go for 10 million to 100 million. Okay. So we have some. Let's see what's been spiking in the last 7 days. This could be interesting. So we've got 3 tokens at the top: LQTY, FLOKI, and Magic. Do you know anything about any of these tokens?
Never heard any of these. No. I think
that's what
FLOKI
like
sounds familiar, but yeah, never really looked into any of these.
Okay, so let's do this. Let me stop sharing my screen so you can share yours if you like.
Yeah, let me just get LQTY. The other one was
FLOKI or FLOKI.
Let's go with this. And finally, we've got Magic. Magic Tether. Okay. Cool. I think I'm ready. So let me go ahead and I'll share my screen this time. There we go. So let's start with LQTY, and in this case, well, we know that it's growing. It's a huge volume, almost fully supply is almost all out, about 90%, and right off the bat we can see that potentially this has gone up just the same as most tokens in the past couple of days, because Bitcoin has liquidated a lot of those short traders, and I guess that people are just getting very excited thinking that it's the next bull market. So right off the bat we can see that it's nowhere near its all-time high in 2021, which I'm guessing they reached these levels because Bitcoin was also an all-time high. I'll go quickly and check what they're about. I've never heard of LQTY, but we already have the charts available here on TradingView, so we'll go through this in just a second. 0% interest loans, so I'm guessing that it's a lending protocol. Let's see. Yep, looks like a lending protocol. I think that these projects are going to do very well in the next bull market, and I must say I don't know anything about these guys. Have you heard about LQTY at all?
I've never come across them, no. But yeah, I agree. Lending protocols are, I think, going to be an important part of the next bull run.
Yeah, and they've got Alameda Research as one of the partners. So interesting. Now let's see, what is all this analytics about? Dune analytics. Okay, I think that's going to be really interesting, and see what's going on. So revenue 32 million. I'm guessing that is total. Sorry, that was a loud motorbike just past my window. Excellent. So not entirely sure how to review all of these numbers in a couple minutes, but if anybody wants to check them out properly, you know where to go. And another thing that I like doing when it comes to these tokens is to go and check the on-chain analytics. So why is that? Because, you know, if it's a fairly small market cap token, I'd like to see, you know, how the supply is distributed amongst all the holders. So, well, that is loading. Let me quickly load this again. And let's see if Liquidity, no, shows Aave. We're not on Aave. Liquidity. We'll go with Binance chart. Why not? And I'll go on the, let me just go on the weekly first. Because if we look at the weekly chart, yeah, it's not looking so good, is it? So it just went past this slight, let's say that would be a support and resistance line right there. So that zone. And now we've got this quite clear here. Check that out. So what does that say? I think that it could potentially spike like it did just here. Look at that. And if it does break above this resistance around $1.2, it does have a bit of room, actually. I don't think that there's a very clear potentially there, which is a 46% increase in price. Otherwise, it has the next potential resistance would be up there at $2.4, $2.3. So I think that's not too bad, to be honest. If we look into this previous low, let's look at that like this. There's not a huge potential loss for, let's say, for example, we buy here 27% compared to betting on this token going up 46 or 95%. So I think it's not bad. Let me go back to CoinMarketCap just to see how those analytics are looking. And yeah, anything on your side for now, Robin? Anything that you see that is interesting about the project?
So the only thing that I can see from Liquidity that is a little bit of a potential red flag is that their GitHub activity has not been particularly good over the last month. They've had 0 merged pull requests, 0 open pull requests. They've only had 3 active issues on their code base. The code itself has been, it looks like it's been built over the last 2 or 3 years, but very little updates in the last few months. So either that means that the technology is so advanced that they got it all right early on, or that means that they've stopped updating the code base, which I would, before investing, I'd like to know why that would be the case. Maybe there could be a completely legitimate reason. Maybe they've moved to another repository. Maybe they've stopped this branch and maybe they're working elsewhere. But you'd expect an active project to be constantly updating their code base. So yeah, that's a question I would have.
Okay. What's really interesting is that it's got strong exchange supports from Binance, Coinbase, Gemini, Huobi. So it's got a lot of potential eyes looking into this token as well. Very interesting. Now, I must say that I'm not so familiar with Etherscan. Let's see. Yep, holders should be here. 11,000 holders. Okay, let's see what that distribution looks like. Okay, so there's a contract that has 47%, and then 9% it's just here. So that's potentially a exchange, since we see Binance, and we've got Binance again. So, you know, that distribution of the token is not unhealthy, actually. I think it looks quite nice. Excellent. So in terms of this token, I think it doesn't look so bad. I think it's great that it's going up. However, I think it's important to note that if it's going up now, I think it's a bit strange that small cap tokens go up, and it would be really strange that they actually, you know, moon in this particular market. I think that it went up because of a recent pump of Bitcoin. If it was going to go up, I think that it could potentially just reach that resistance. Previous support actually was a support at $1.8 more or less, and if it does break out, then we could see almost a 2x return for, you know, someone buying at these levels. Otherwise, if it doesn't, then we see, you know, that potential 27% drop, which, you know, I don't know how to feel about that. I think that it would have been a better buy if we entered at here 0.75 cents. So, well, that's my view on liquidity. Got anything else, Robin, in the meantime?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's a it looks like it's got some good backing. It looks like it's been around for a while. It looks like they have a product that has some compelling use cases, 0% interest rates, collateral ratio of just 110%, and it's completely decentralized. So it's the true sense of a decentralized protocol. And they've got a stable coin as well as their main coins, so the main tokens. So there could potentially be some cross token utility there, and certainly if that one it seems to be beating the market in terms of this latest uptick. So everything, like Alex said, everything right now is going well, relatively, but the upside to the increase, the liquidity seems to be beating the market overall. I'm just looking at the CoinMarketCap mentions. So it looks like somebody said there was an unexpected move from liquidity, but the good news is that there's plenty of room for growth. Some people doing some other technical analysis on liquidity, and some speculation about whether it's a buy for 2023. But I'm less suspicious about their GitHub, because I did look at their other repositories, and they have updated their API in the last few minutes, so that's a good sign. So yeah, it seems like a strong project, and definitely, like I said at the start, decentralized borrowing is going to be an important part of the next bull run. So it could be a good investment. As always, do your own research.
Yeah, exactly. So none of this is financial advice, guys. Just two regular guys reviewing three interesting tokens. Now moving on to FLOKI. Let's stick with that. I'm not sure what this is. People's cryptocurrency. The people's cryptocurrency sounds like something that Elon Musk would say. So 3 pillars: community, utility, start as a meme, and charity. Kind of gives me vibes of Shiba Inu.
Yeah, there's definitely a strong meme game going on.
Yeah. Maybe people watching this and anybody listening might be thinking that, you know, how have you never heard of this? There we go. There's so many tokens. It's a bit hard to keep up. And yeah, I usually don't follow what's happening in the meme space. But it seems that it's got very strong exchange support as well. There we go. So Binance, KuCoin, Bitfinex. So not bad. Big growth in the past, week or so. And what's interesting is that it's still above its initial price. But again, you know, it's a bit hard to actually see where this has actual value, or if it's all, I don't know, pure community speculation. I mean, $47 million in the last 24 hours seems like very strong community, right? So who knows? Who knows? Well, I must say that I still don't fully know what FLOKI is. So Valhalla is a metaverse, decentralized finance. So they also have some DeFi protocol going on, NFTs. What else? Merchandise. They've got cards. You've got University of FLOKI. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Obviously, if you guys have seen last week's review, you will see that it's quite different from the way that Robin does it as well, which is also great plug for you guys to go and see it last week's review, because there's a more technical overview as to how to review these tokens. Yeah, a lot of text. I think that the whole purpose is to jump in a few minutes to get an overview of what the token is doing. And my thing is generally going into these charts. So let me go into the weekly first of all, and just to start setting some of those key levels. Let me just refresh. Not sure what's going on with TradingView today. Any thoughts so far, Robin, on this token?
So yeah, it looks like at least partially meme based. Lots of people hate meme tokens, and my opinion is usually it very much depends on the quality of the community. Meme tokens are often just a front for a community, and if the community are building cool things, then why not have a meme that's running the whole thing? And it looks like they are building some cool things just on a surface level. Quickly scrolling through, they've got potentially partnerships, or maybe they are native things they're building. I don't really know, but there's like references to games, references to locker bots. I'm not sure what that is, but they have a GitHub repository for locker bots. It'd be interesting to find out more about that. So in this, if I was to do some more analysis on this, other than the surface level price and those kinds of things, I would definitely start delving into the community and looking at, do they have a presence on Discord? What's the Twitter following like? How engaged are the community? Are they there just to flip, or are these people actually building a long-term something that is sustainable? Because we've seen time and time again that some meme coins are all about the memes, and then as soon as it starts dumping, everybody leaves and joins the next wave. They've got a Reddit, they've got a Twitter. Let's just quickly see how many Twitter followers they've got. 500,000 Twitter followers. Okay, so they are pretty strong in the Twitter sphere.
Very good. Do you know, so on the technical standpoint, a null address, is that were they burning tokens?
Yeah, usually so when you burn a token, you just send it to the null address. So either those tokens have been burnt, or potentially they have some other mechanism which is sending them to that address. But my guess would be it's deflationary, so they're burning tokens which are ending up in that address. So those tokens aren't actually available anymore. The largest holder is actually the second one, which is Binance.
Yep, which is not bad. And if they've burned 42% of the token, interesting. Cool. Then in terms of token price, it's been moving between these two levels, which is 50. Oh, this is Aave. That's why I was like, that chart looks interesting. No, let's go FLOKI. There we go. I was thinking that chart looked interesting, but no. So right off the bat, look at what's happening here. We're on a very long downtrend from the start. Lower highs, lower lows. So there you have it. I think that if this launched at the start of this year, or at least, based on what we've got there, let me go back. No, 2021. So I'm guessing that this is based on Binance listing, so data is limited of them. But in
yeah,
any
it looks
case,
like
you know,
CoinMarketCap has got some data going back further to July 2021. It looks like.
yeah, we've got it right here. So yeah, it's a long downtrend. It did bump up at the start of 2023, and then it's just been going down ever since. So okay, let's go a bit more in detail. Why not? I'll just get rid of this. In any case, it doesn't look so great. I understand this is fairly limited data, so it wouldn't really do a lot of justice to this token. But just for the purpose of time and for today's video, I'll just look into 2023 data, and we can see that we're now approaching that. Well, we're actually testing that previous support level, which is now acting as a resistance. If it does break out, I think that potentially we've got a new level. It's not very strong resistance, but you know, we can put it around there. Otherwise, we've got a new levels around here, I think. Could be. So a breakout of this could be that we could test that, which is a 14% potential gain. Otherwise, you know, it could be 28%. I think they will be a bit hard for this token to grow any further during this time, unless there's a huge amount of liquidity going into this token. And yeah, in terms of this, it doesn't look like a particular token to hold for the long term, because I think that if it doesn't break this line right there, we'll just go down again, which could see, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, 23% loss if anybody bought here. So yeah, that's my thoughts so far. I think we've got about 10 minutes, so I'll try to be
Perfect.
short and sweet with magic. Anything else to add about FLOKI?
Just an interesting thing I've noticed on their Reddit page is that they currently have let me move this over here. They currently have somebody asking about a large transaction that recently happened with FLOKI tokens being sent to Binance, about $250,000 worth, which could be a big sell-off and could be a bad sign. It's difficult to say for sure, but that kind of reiterates the risk with any meme token is that once the sell-off starts, it's hard to stop that kind of momentum. There's no backing, no technology that's going to ground it in some other kind of sphere, then it's difficult to. It's all about momentum and community, and unfortunately, both of those things are quite transitory. So, yeah, buy at your own risk, I think, with any meme token, and don't invest money you're not willing to lose, as with anything, I suppose.
Yeah, it's very important to have a risk management strategy, and again, not financial advice, but something to Google after you finish this video. So okay, let's move on to magic. Let's go and see what's going on. So again, a big jump since yesterday. Oh, today actually. That's when the jump actually happened. But yeah, in the past 7 days, there's been a slight growth. Looking at it, so still in the greens, so higher than original sell price. Went into all-time highs at the start of 2022, and it's been on a downtrend. Not really, it's been, you know, had a big of a jump at the start of 2023. So actually a very similar chart to a lot of higher market cap coins. Big support on exchanges, so Binance, KuCoin, Coinbase, Huobi, OKX. So yeah, loads of potential eyes and potential investors going into this. In terms of on-chain analytics, those are what it looks like as the holders. Largest holder is over here. Is the largest holder? I think so. Yeah, holders. Hours and transfers. There we go. So still on. So about 80% of the token is still on the Arbitrum contract. I'm not sure what that means, Robin. I'm guessing that it hasn't really been brought into circulation just yet.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, to be honest. It could mean that it's being ERC20 gateway. Maybe it's some kind of launch pad for platform for tokens. So it's potentially being held by the launch pad and being vested over a certain period of time. I'd have to research what Arbitrum 1 is and what an ERC20 gateway is, but that's definitely one to investigate.
Yeah. Now, what's really interesting is, so Etherscan does this, which not a lot of other on-chain analytics do, which is they mark with this little icon those contracts, right? So if the supply is held by a contract, it means that it's for something. So treasury multi-side, I'm guessing that, there we go, it's a gaming company by the looks of it. So yeah, this is just for loot, so I guess for missions and for in-game use, and all the way to up to 50 top holders of the token. Let's see if we go to the next. It doesn't go to the next. Still loading, but at least the top 50 holders of this token are contracts, which is not a bad thing, I think. And then we've got exchanges, and we've got decentralized liquidity pools, etc. So not bad, looking good. Magic is, so actually Treasure is the magic of playing. Decentralized gaming ecosystem, bringing games and players together through magic. Love the use of words in here. Games, so they've got a bunch of games. Will be interesting just to see how these look like, and the user experience. I think that gaming is a great way to bring people into Web3, apart from DeFi, of course. They seem to have a few interesting games. We will need to go a bit more in each of these to see what the games are about. Yeah, it seems that they've got a big community, lots of exchange support, and if you guys want to look into this a bit more, recommend going on to that website there. I just want to quickly look into the charts, see if I can do this in about a minute, and then get down to the decision right after that. So let's go back to Magic. So what's going on with this? Let me just refresh. Yep. Hope it didn't
looks like the GitHub is, just to talk about the repositories for Magic. It looks like the last updates have been in the last couple of weeks. There's a lot more code commits happening on Magic, which I guess makes sense because they're a decentralized project. Or sorry, Treasure is the name of the project. Is the name? Yeah, Treasure's the name of the project. Yeah. Magic is the coin, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it seems like they are more active. They have some active projects that are using their platform. So that's an encouraging sign, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that any projects that have a lot of use, right? I'm not sure how to say that, but it seems that you can also build on Treasure. So I'm guessing that you can deploy your own game. All of this is actually not knowing a lot about the project, but they've got an open source section there as well, and they've got interoperability. It will be interesting what this is. Ecosystem, assets, formats, okay. Of course, this will require a bit more time really to look into this, but it is something I'm going to look into because I do like games, and I do like gaming companies bringing the next wave of users into Web3 for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Like the promise of interoperability in gaming, in blockchain gaming, has been around for a while, and I think it's going to take a platform or a launchpad type system like this to pull it off. It makes way more sense if the game is part of a community of other games, and they can work together to create that interoperability. But yeah, I think this one looks very interesting. Treasure is definitely something I'm going to look into as well, because I've not heard about it up to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, in terms of price, we bounce from that previous low. So it's been holding there for about a month. It's finally broken out. So it's got a bit of room before it reaches the next resistance. So there's at least 18% potential gains to be made if someone came in now. Then, you know, if it does break out this level, it consolidates the price, which, you know, stayed between the levels of 70 cents and $1. Stayed there for, we can actually see that. So stayed here for, yeah, 15 weeks. So about 3 months or so. Stayed in there, almost 4 months. And then it just broke down to the next level. So, you know, there's some interesting potential gains going on. So whether it's getting now and flipping before that, or, you know, holding all the way to the next resistance, which would be a potential 50% gain. So based on this and the fact that I've got about 60 seconds to make a decision, I think that I'll go with, I think I'm going to go with FLOKI for a dump. I think that it will be really hard for it to break out this line there. I think Magic is one to flip, especially, you know, just for the short term. And LQTY, also because I believe some of these lending protocols are going to do quite well. I think that this could be one to hold for the long term and hopefully get that 2x return in the next few months. Your thoughts, yeah, Robin?
I'd say almost exactly the same. Potentially LQTY and Magic the other way around. So yeah, holding on to the gaming startup because I think maybe that's got more long-term possibilities. But yeah, it's difficult between those two. FLOKI is definitely the dump for me because meme coins are inherently unstable and transitory, and yeah, very little provable value. So that's my take.
Brilliant. So